and welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Shadow Empire in our self-imposed challenge, Fear of Walking, which is basically a challenge where we try to win the game where the professional army is required to have some sort of transport, whether that be truck, tank, armored buggy. The one exception to what might be imagined to be an exception to a Fear of Walking campaign is the walkers count as some sort of transport, just so we have something that can, from the professional army, go into the high mountains, because the high mountains have zero action point, or have a non-applicable action point cost for wheels and tracks. They have still a pretty high action point cost for the walkers, but we're going to basically say these are some sort of vehicle, even though they technically walk. But yeah, the poor infantryman here on this planet does not want to walk. Which, if we get into the help here, it's going to give us planet statistics. Look at the biosphere. Not the biosphere. Planet. This is the average temperature on this planet is 63 degrees C. And if we can get into geology, yeah, the coldest seasons in the Arctic and the Antarctic here are up to 39, well, I say up to, get as low as 38 C. So the planet is hot. Even the cold places on this planet are hot. 40 C up here at this end of the planet. Yeah, at this end of the planet. So this is 50 C. So yeah, the hottest places are hot. The coldest places are hot. Our guys don't want to walk around this place. So that's the self-imposed rule here. Is our poor infantrymen, they demand some sort of transport, whether that be an armored vehicle or truck at least, to move around the map. As it stands, we are pretty in the winning category here. We're up to 46.2%. We have more than 25 points than number 2, so we just need to make it to 50% and we win the game. We're going to continue our offensive here against the arachnids. There is the potential that just defeating the arachnids here will win us the game. I'm not assuming that will be the case. So we are preparing a war against Blackland. As out of the other majors, they have the most vulnerable population centers to being annexed. And that should tip us over if the arachnids alone are not enough. So with that, I don't really see anything else I need to do this turn. That's necessarily worth worrying about. Yeah. Tech-wise, I think we're working on improving or developing high-speed rail, laser rifles. Are the two primary techs we're looking at. I suppose for her. Yeah, I suppose I can look at the organizations quickly. Eco, yes, high-speed rail, military research, laser rifles. Applied science, vehicle armor optimization. And then the Air Force is working on jet engine efficiency. So we may use that to try to get some little bit better jet engines in a bit. And yeah, I think we should have, as is usually the case at the end of a stream, we ended at the end of a stream. So let's go ahead and cycle the turn. We'll see how the situation here evolves. Environment is looking fairly boring, but that was expected. We do know the majors are fighting each other, so there is the potential that one of the majors might start to run away with it, where they become a real number 2. And I don't think that's likely to happen. It just could happen. There's the arachnids taking their turn. Looks like we may have been cut off by the arachnids up north. Round 132, we have 5 decisions awaiting us. Yeah, we'll leave that as is. Operationalize. I probably want to do Grenadier Infantry, and hopefully we can get some motorized Grenadier Infantry later. Dome Breach. Yes, you have my ability to support to maximize the probability you can deal with it, even with my plus 50. And it's still a failure. Shame.
Aye, aye, sir.
And another failure. Okay, so we're losing people that way. I think that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Let's lose democracy, gain some enforcement.
Roger that.
Okay, then we'll do our troop movements.
Yes, sir. We're going in. Mission completed.
Can you follow up? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Routes again, and it was pretty expected to route in that scenario. It'll get destroyed. Cool. Okay, we got cut off, but we managed to immediately re-establish contact, so that's good to see. High mountain, high mountain. Other than the fact that we do control the high mountains, that's kind of not useful for us. Okay. We are at the point where we're just gonna have to start shooting, I think. Because we can't push into the high mountains with the armored vehicles.
Move it now. Mission complete.
Getting rid of the artillery arachnids.
Yes, sir.
Getting rid of that batch. Also has some artillery. Oh, we actually took a casualty there.
Mission completed.
Okay. Time to start trying to do something with the walkers.
Move it now. All clear, sir.
Don't quite have that hex. Obviously extend sealed road. He's actually on my road, so let's shoot him off the road.
Do it now.
Okie dokie.
Do it now. Mission accomplished.
Okay, so we got a little bit better control of the road that way. Still working on these guys. These guys are now encircled, so it's just the process of getting rid of them with the walkers. It's actually weirdly annoyingly a high mountain range. Okay, I did put expansions in to potentially turn into colonies. So let's make these colonies.
Roger
Or Asphalt Creek. Then make you a colony as well. Wait. Not.
Roger that.
Yeah, press the wrong button. It helps if you press the right button. Zone borders. Obviously want to give you some space. What was this asset? Okay, we just got a double railhead there here, that's fine. So this is probably the one we want to dump the colonists in. I'm actually going to cut the balance between the two. We're going to do half and half. Nope, I don't have the logistics bit there. Okay, they're rolling me here.
Roger that.
And then if I can spare militia, we'll go ahead and put a militia. Okay, it won't get there this turn, it'll be there next turn. Yeah, still fighting the arachnids. We got one that's down here. You'll come back up. Working on, I think this is actually the third batch of arachnids. This is the second, this is the third. A fourth one spawned in while we were fighting them, which is these guys over here. Finish off the first one. How is the construction? Otherwise, done. One of the railhead. Okay, that one's not done, but it should finish next turn. Airbase and barracks. Okay, I can probably ignore the airbase. Can we expand this one yet? We can.
Roger that.
We'll expand that airbase. And that one's upgrading to level 5, which allows us to field our strategic bombers there. I think it's the level for the strategic bombers is 5. And that's the movement. Got more political power than I could use. Oh, I should source a few potential leaders. So let's grab the ambitious guy here. And the heroic guy. Because we've got 2 new jobs with those new zones coming up. I'll take the gamble to talent. And that should be good for the turn, I think. Could use a little bit more money to keep my buffer 5k. Food, or fuel, metal, and radioactive, or we don't have any radioactives. The fuel and the metal are apparently so abundant that they're worthless. I'm not going to sell that many rares, but actually, you know what? The machine are so valuable. Let's go ahead and sell like 10 machines.
Roger that.
Start working on dropping that price too. Okay. And I think that's going to be the turn. Again, we're working on getting rid of the arachnids. Sadly, our motorized and tanked units tractor units can't come into the mountains here. Oh, technically I could actually go into those ones. Those are plains. Let's do a little more pushback then.
Move it now. All clear, sir.
Thought that was mountains when it's not. We're pushing them into the mountains, but that's just what we're going to have to accept.
Bring in the tanks. Mission successful. Going in. Mission successful.
And we'll leave you there. Technically that frees this vehicle up to go someplace else, but it can stay where it is for the moment. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad. We're making progress. We're making the pocket smaller. They're now fully up in the mountains, which means we're at the point where, okay, we can technically chase them out of the low mountains here with the wheeled tracked vehicles, but once we've got them in the high ones, they have to be dealt with walkers. So it's just in here and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Eventually they run out of places to run away to. And yeah, tech-wise, we're waiting for high speed. I'm going to set a high-speed rail up, mainly to support the conventional pure-impure conflict. Laser rifles are really more for tech requisites. Because at some point we're gonna want to discover 4 down here. So either the shield generator or the photonic mines. Get down to the advanced photonics. So yeah, laser rifles. So we're working on. So as I go into the early orbital, I can work a little bit more on military as well. Maybe. Or probably do mines. Probably go back and do mines so we can get photonic mines. Yeah, okay. Either way, let's, unless I'm going to raise another unit, another military unit. I think we're at the position where we pass the turn. I do have enough to raise a unit. Putting a picket unit up there wouldn't be too bad. Yeah. Okay, let's, can I raise a light infantry unit? Motorized light infantry. Yes. Okay. And then we'll go up there. Basically slowly grab more and more units until we've got the full front line covered. Or until the forces fighting the arachnids come back. That's basically the plan. So it looks like I have a unit that we should be moving there. Oops. It's probably like a walker or something that I had up in the mountains that I forgot about. Would be nice to have it for dealing with arachnids in the mountains, so you definitely want to be pulling it back. And yeah, as you can see, the map up here between all the majors up here is a mess. We got 3 different majors up here. There's me, there's 2 other majors, and the arachnids. And we're all at war with the arachnids, but we're not all at war with each other. But the other 2 majors are at war with each other. The arachnids are at war with everyone. I'm at war with no one but the arachnids. So it's just we're just making we're making a spaghetti up there. Making a spaghetti. There we go, round 133, and we have like 10 decisions. I was about to be like, oh dear, lots of decisions. Remembered, oh wait, 2 of them are going to be leader assignments. 3 of them are going to be linear assignments. You want 4211 to be owned. $42.11. Yeah, I'll agree to that. We're going for 42.11.
Copy that.
Yes, sir.
That's fine.
Roger
If
that.
there's a merit choice, I'd take the merit choice, but otherwise
Order
you're
received.
gonna bribe people to not be uppity.
Aye, aye,
Full
sir.
support. This is the pain of trying to run meritocratic. Is sometimes you get in scenarios where or meritocratic fist. I could either deal with this with really good leaders that we don't quite have yet, or I could do this by having high zone qual. Right, so the security here is only giving us plus 10, and the leader's not quite good enough to make over the fact that we only got plus 10 security there.
Yes.
That one was a success. Appoint governor, appoint governor. It really doesn't matter which one goes where. Let's do the unit decision. Who's better for the unit? You're pretty bad, which probably means... Okay, they're all pretty bad. Yeah, they're all pretty bad.
Affirmative. Aye, aye, sir. Roger that.
Okay. And to the best of our ability, the offensive needs to continue. Vehicle. Vehicle. Can we get into that hex? Yes. Okay, that one's dealt with.
Do it! Do it now! Mission accomplished.
You're in the low mountains. Okay.
Do it! Do it now! Mission completed.
Okay. So high mountain, high mountain, high mountain, high mountains. So it's basically the high mountain backbone here. Can't get the motorized vehicles into. Oh, before I forget, we got this guy down here. Let's grab that guy and get him moving. I doubt we have the ability to move you. No. Convenience that would be. The trucks don't move the giant armored walkers very well.
Going in. Mission successful. Move it now!
Yes, we have one hex I'm a little worried about, because they can go into that hex, and the guys we have in the local area can't, but otherwise we've got the walkers that are going to slowly squeeze. We'll leave these two guys there just to keep them from really making a run for it. I can move the HQ like that to keep them from running for it. Okay. Pull you back up. We got... Oh, no, they dealt with that guy, so that's good. Tank. Push the tank onto the hill. Push you like so.
Yes, sir. We're going in. All clear, sir. Going in.
Nope, we're taking some losses here. Still making great progress. Okay, so we've got rid of that pocket. That's this one's queen. Decent possibility the other major down here will handle that queen for us. Oh, before I forget, we should have our reinforcements queued up for delivery. Some transport. Maybe unsurprising given the weather on this planet, the transport's holding up better than the infantry. And then where we can, we should continue to seal the road we're taking. And same over here. Okay. Oh, do we have the logistics at this point to... I'm calling this here. No. We have rails here. What is the rail points? Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Okay, so that probably means we need another rail asset. Probably about here. $120 out of 100. Yeah, that's probably where the rail asset needs to go. Okay, so we're gonna build a rail station here. Probably only needs to be level 1. We are gonna go ahead and dump the 3,500 workers in there to work the rail asset, so it gets built. And then probably another light brigade. 3, 4, 5. Okay. Can I raise it here? It's a light brigade, so it might be light enough. Yeah. Don't use those because we need them to go out for troops. So, light brigade there. Interesting though, it didn't didn't deploy fully. Okay. Almost deployed fully. I didn't look at the logistics. I might have been wrong and didn't quite have 100% there. Oops, no, don't put 39 of those. I need like one more. Here we go. And we'll take those 5 hexes. Rinse and repeat just over and over and over again. We had one terrible leader, so I suppose we could just leave that guy as the new commander. But we'll grab a military so we can see if we get a little bit better choice. Let's improve our leader opinion a little bit. Man of the mechanized. Cool. Just gave him 63 opinion. Okay, yeah, that would do it. Personnel, sort by lowest opinion. Director of the Supreme Command Council. Let's prove your opinion. With an official gift. Much better. Director of the Interior Council. Sadly, I don't think we can actually do plays like that on the Director. No. Leader cannot do this to himself. That's fair. Gift of faction. I don't think it directly affects the leader. And we can't middle merit him. Okay. Also can't can't fire oneself. Yes. Hasn't embezzled anything. Could give a gift to his faction. Make his faction just a little bit happier. Don't think that directly affects his opinion. It's improved a little bit by the faction over higher relations, so raising the faction's opinion helps. Okay, Air Force, probably want to get it like 60, 70. They're working on that. Again, that probably wants to get like 50, 60. Before I find something else. Laser rifles probably be done next turn. Eco Council's got a couple to go. High-speed rail is expensive after all. And we're gonna work on that front, so let's cycle the turn. Yeah, we're definitely winning this game in many ways due to cloning. Like, I think that's why we're so far ahead on population. Mute the mic there a moment to sip a bit of tea. Is the queen going to die? I think the queen... Well, I think the queen's been cut off from us, so we can't go kill the queen anyway. The queen hasn't died. getting a little worried about the number of men they have on that front. Not too worried because we still definitely outnumber them. And we have, well, I could definitely go to heavy battle dress. We haven't upgraded the units to heavy battle dress. That's an option. Oh no, we didn't get cut off from the Queen. The Queen is still down there. Okay, Dust Over League, 134. We have 3 decisions, or 9 decisions. Let's see if I can count. One of what's going to have to do with the laser rifles. Yes, you're gonna have my attention. I'm not actually for democracy. We're gonna take the unrest hit here. To improve that leader's opinion. I could come through here and screw with this a little bit. We're gonna leave it as is. BP, you want more bureaucracy. Okay. We can do that.
Okie dokie.
Okay, let's do mines. Get into some of the demands. This is one of the reasons I'm not too worried about losing the democracy, is because we get it back. And of course, the military guy is better military than the Cap 1 person. We might fire the Cap 1 person. Wait, has the situation improved here that we can dump the colonists here? No.
Move it now. All
Getting
clear,
the
sir.
attack.
Move it now. All clear, sir.
Okay. So when the walker gets there, we can peel even more guys off. Actually, if we can we do that attack specifically with just the wheeled ones, or the tracked ones?
Going in.
Try to save a little bit of action points on the walkers.
All clear, sir.
The way that worked, but that didn't work quite as well as I hoped. I would have hoped to have some follow-up attack. We got them down 3 hexes. And it's supposed to be freed up another guy to go gallivanting off into the distance.
Bring in the tanks. All clear, sir. Yes, sir. We're going in. Bring in the tanks. Attack formation.
Okay, so we can't get to the Queen, but we're going to be able to take everything else down here in the south.
All clear, sir.
So that's the Queen.
Yes, sir. We're going in.
Is that enough action points? No. Do you want to try again? Yes, we'll try again.
Going in.
Second time's the charm.
Mission successful.
So assuming the Queen doesn't break out, the Queen's probably going to get splatted by the 4th armor of Becker here. Hawk Sky. So we'll be probably moving on to giving these guys, who probably will get lower respawn rate, the Queen being dead. Moved you already? Yes. They're in their spots. Just gotta decide where I want to send the colonists. We're gonna save up a little bit more guys before we do another unit deployment. Unit replenishment. We do need another trooper. And just looks like deployment issues, so like the armored transport's probably a deployment issue. That's fair. How did the constructions go over the intern? No delays. The Airbase 5 is done. Let's go check out the status of the Airbase 5. That was here, I believe. So you need the Airbase 4. You're the double super heavy turbojet, so we could go ahead and raise, and this is actually what I will do. We'll raise a 1. Do a strategic bomber. Oh no, strategic is it's level bomber. 1 level bomber. Of the... It was the Condor or the Pelican I want? I think it's the Condor. Oh, we don't have the logistics. Apparently it's just too big. Fair. These are not little planes that I was planning on deploying. Level bomber. You have... How many X range? 24. 25 and 25. So apparently the Pelican is more expensive, but... Oh yeah, so we'd probably want to do the heavy 4 engine rather than the heavy 4 engine instead of the extra heavy 4 engine. Extra heavy 4 engines supposedly there's a little more armored, I think is what's going on there. 640 versus 413. Yeah. Okay, that's where the stats coming from. This one's a little bit more resistant to being shot in the air. Okay, the next thing to do is we want to work on growing zones. We're not able to throw them out to the new ones. Assign them there. 4 more, or 2, maybe 3 more turns, and we'll get that one up to 50k. And then we'll be on to expanding Coketail. Yeah, making aggressive progress on dealing with these arachnids. 3 more left in that mountain. We'll free up those guys to help push east. And honestly, as we push in, we free them up as well, so... Looking at Blackland moving. To be fair, they're at war with the neighbor into the southwest of their front with us, so they're definitely going to have issues when we declare on them. Yeah, that's a little annoying. Arachnids running up our road. Vessel League around 135. We have 9 decisions awaiting us. Tarika. So I think this is one of the arachnids. I think, well, we just touched one of the arachnids, so I think they just declared on us. Roaming thieves, abductions. We don't like those. Those are bad. We're gonna do what we can to get rid of them. High-speed rail. That's good. So, leader action. I'm just gonna accept the unrest, and we're gonna get the mark down. That's fine. Meritocracy to 57. I would like that too, thanks. So I will agree to that, and that might not succeed, but we'll agree to that. And then we're going to do VidCom. Where's VidCom? There's VidCom.
Copy that.
So if we do any more, if we get any more requests to raise quality of life, we can sort that. Hidden Village. I like the two columns to turn. Say two sub-units of colonists, because 100 is a sub-unit. 200 colonists to turn. Right. We'll just take the rest. This is not a good choice, but it's a good from I want merit to go up. It's a bad from I knew I was going to fail when I pressed the button.
Copy that.
I didn't even look at the result. I was like, yep, it's going to be fail. I don't want to know how bad it is. Failure. This is with the plus 50 bonus from doing it. Yes, chase them. Failure. Again, that's with the plus 50 bonus. I definitely need to raise the security and quality of life and stuff. It's one of those I can tolerate the bleeding. I don't appreciate the bleeding sort of thing going on with this. Rail station's done. Good. Victory overview, we're at 47.8. That's why you don't self-encircle sometimes. Okay. So, Walker takes over that hex. We don't have anyone that can attack the top of the line yet. Do I think you can win that fight? You know what? I think it's worth the gamble. Okay, he did win that fight. Press you there. These 5 can all attack those ones. They got nowhere to go, so this might take some hits on the return. No losses. Good. Good. Oops, I should have left some of that hex. It's fine, we'll put an HQ there. So HQ is not the appropriate thing to put there, but it's a thing that I can put there. It's what I will put there as a side effect. Yeah, pushing east, definitely getting some good progress here. Granted, that probably means at some point I'm going to need to build near the city just to support the roads, but, you know. We've got a need for speed, and we keep outrunning our own logistics. Construction, yeah, everything went fine. I suppose, as I'm thinking about the logistics, how bad is it? That bad, huh? So, yeah, so the 49. It's like round about there is going to wonder what the city. Okay. So, truck station. Railhead. Build a rail. Back to the last railhead. And this rail will be done. We'll be applying government experience. Okay. So I should be able to dump some colonists here now. Yes, because of the bonuses from the rail and such. Cool. Should solve the worker problem there. We'll deal with you. These 2 will be able to do it. And then everything else can sweep east. We're about to finish these guys off. We've basically got them surrounded. The queen is still down there, but the queen's at this point the queen isn't my problem anymore. The queen's someone else's problem. I do have access to the high-speed rail. Do we have rail asset here? No, which makes this an ideal place to put the high-speed rail, because the high-speed rail really wants to be running rail between front city, and the capital. Kind of look at the 3 different cities and where they all are. That puts this right in the middle. Usually I'll try not to put the rail station in my own capital so that I can build the high speed there. Because you can either have high speed or rail. You can't have both. But I did put rail in my capital, so I need to put it someplace else. This looks like a reasonable place to put it for what I wanted to do, so this will be the high speed rail.
Roger that.
And with that getting built, let's also continue to build up our ammo factory.
Yes, sir.
Because as we get that high-speed rail going, we'll definitely be much more able to rapidly deploy more equipment and more importantly, more ammo to the front. Do we want to go? Yeah, let's grab one more formation of light infantry. And I'm not looking at the logistics before I hit the button, which is why we're not getting full deployments. Tend to deploy correctly the next turn, so as long as we have a downturn between them, it's fine. I suppose the high-speed rail would help with that, because the high speed would be reaching up here better. Okay. Victory's looking good. Engine efficiency. We'll call you up. 60 is good enough.
Yes, sir.
Do you want aerodynamic helicopters? I think I already have helicopter. Yeah, we already have helicopters. So I could do helicopters as well. Those would work reasonable. Okay, so let's do aerodynamic efficiency.
Yes, sir.
That's one of the ways to get the planes to go farther on less fuel, and or be able to fly with more stuff. 2 different ways to approach the same problem, I suppose. And then if we can, the answer is no on the level. Yeah, the level bombers are still just a little too. That's one of the reasons we'll need the bigger rail. Oh, and I need more money. So we need to sell something. Machines.
Roger that.
You'll probably have to sell something again next turn, but we'll see next turn. Let's cycle the turn. Oh, and looking at the time, this is going to be the last end turn of this part. We'll see how things go over the next couple turns. We're definitely gaining score faster than I was expecting. Which, if that continues, does mean we may enter into a position where we win. So this might not actually be a full normal stream length. We win prematurely. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. Definitely, the big thing that's going to make this an easy win is going to be cloning. Cloning. Real powerful. We've just been outgrowing everyone. And it's allowing me to have, like, 7,000 recruiting a turn. And okay, I'm putting half of that back, but that's as colonists, but that's a pretty rapid growth of military/colonists without necessarily making cities shrink. Usually recruiting that heavily, you're going to cause some shrinkage. and that is the power of the clones. You definitely don't get that every run. It's the very rare artifact deposits are very rare, as might be assumed from their name. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, they'll be put up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, feel free to hang around. I'm going to meet the mic, sip about half a cup of tea, stretch the legs, and be right back for recording the next part. So until the next part, wish you all the best of luck and a good time, and catch you all in the next part. And bye for now.